Hello, I'm Jake. Welcome back to Jake's Beer Roulette. If you go into Home Bargains at the moment, you'll find their Love Lane range. Love Lane being a brewery in Liverpool, which Home Bargains now own. The first time I had Love Lane beers, and I've mentioned this before, so sorry if you've already seen this, it was in a little beer festival prior to Home Bargains buying them out. Now they've bought the brewery, and they put their beers in Home Bargains. In this instance, a Blackbird Extra Stout for £1.49. This is 6.7%. So for £1.49, this is a heavy hitter. But if there's one thing that British breweries should be able to do, is brew a stout. Now, I'm certainly not the first person on YouTube to say that. In fact, I nicked it from another beer reviewer. But it's true. More often than not, if you get a stout from a regional brewer, it's pretty good. And I think that's probably because it's quite basic. You know what you're getting. If you like Guinness, however, that's not what I'm talking about. Stouts, British stouts tend to have a lot more flavour in them, more depth. You'll get the good ones will feature dark chocolate and coffee, preferably, black, strong coffee flavour. Guinness has none of that. It's kind of just a dark, bland beer, isn't it? Let's be honest. We don't want bland. For 6.7%, we really don't want a bland beer. The other thing I don't want from this is for it to have like that tinny aftertaste that can sometimes ruin stout. It ruins any beer, but stouts in particular, and especially cheap ones, usually are let down by a tinny aftertaste, like the hops. They still use hops. They still infuse the beer with it. But if they cheapen that, then they can just ruin a really good basic beer, with roasted malts, whatever. Anyway, enough of my ramblings. What the hell do I know? Here's to your good health. I didn't even do the aroma. I've had a couple before now, as I'm sure you can probably tell. Yeah, that's okay. I should have had the aroma up front, but I didn't. I don't think much of that aroma, I gotta be honest. But the beer itself is very smooth up front. And it's magnificent. That is superb because it's 6.7%, so it's strong. And it is warm. But with the warmth, you get what I was talking about, but the coffee flavour particularly. I'm not picking up chocolate from that so much. It's coffee, but it's like that oak and it's smoky. I don't mind telling you, I've seen a few people talk about this beer prior to now. It took me a while before I got round to getting it because I didn't get down to Home Bargains when it was released. It's been a couple of weeks. So I've seen other people giving their thoughts on it, and mine it's slightly different. I'm getting something slightly different to what they're saying. I'm picking up a piney and wood like charcoal flavour to this. That to me is more of that bitterness. It's like a smoky fire thing, and I've been around enough fires to know. yeah, I really like that. £1.49 for that. Wowzer. Home bargains are hitting it out of the park at the moment. If you get the opportunity, the Loveling regular range, that's the New England IPA. They're all in the same design as that, but different colours. So the pale ale is like even more blue than that. You get the Baltic one, which I've put on the channel, is like a golden orangey colour. But the Blackbird Extra Stout has the Liver Bird on it. And it, to me, this beer is brilliant. £1.49 for that. It's going to be a very, very nice evening. You could help.